kicking it with plor, better than you know. This guitar is out of tune. It's a mandolin, and it's awesome. And you look at me and you say, I wanna kick it with plor. Well, you can't come. I remember playing music just like it was yesterday. Actually, it was yesterday. I was in the studio yesterday playing with you guys, and it was quite a marvelous time. But let me tell you what, I started playing music when I first started to learn how to walk. My mom played Fleetwood Mac, the dance, and Abbey Road. And at a young age, I started listening to Zeppelin, and then before you knew it, I just got so into loving music by the age of 4 that it was a natural progression to start to play drums. And I didn't have a drum set for most of my life. I just obtained a drum set about 8 months ago when my parents finally got me one because we lived in a townhouse. But I would just drum on trash cans and park benches and just learn that everything had their own sound. Everything built off of everything, which was unique, and there was no one certain spot where things all sounded the same. So I get inspired by the uniqueness in life. Music is life. Music is my friends. Music is where I finally understand who I am and what my potential is. I have a blast playing music. There's nothing more that I would rather do. If I didn't play music, I would go crazy because I would just grow so restless. If I'm sitting alone in my room, I'm probably banging on my knees or banging on a practice pad or going on my sampler and piecing ideas together. It makes those times where you turn off your mind and watch TV for a half hour, it makes it so much more special because you're going on overdrive all the time. When you're a musician, you're constantly thinking about new ways to improve who you are and what you want to aspire to be. And music to me is me. Music is in the heart. Good music depends on the musicianship. It's all about the people creating the music and how it sounds, if it's unique, if it's cool, if it's creative. Because I'm a picky listener. I love all of music, but to gain my respect, you really have to play on a certain level, because I know I could play at a certain level. So if you're playing anything less than the level that I feel that I could play at, it gets skewed in my mind. I respect people for taking things minimalistic, people who take things completely intricate. There's tons of different musicians out there. You just gotta be the best musician you can possibly be, and that's what makes good music for me. In a technical standpoint, it's jazz. It's the 2 and the 4, it's the funk, it's the samba, anything that makes me wanna dance. I like that baby-making soul music. I think it's so cool. Music keeps adding and adding and adding onto the library. You just gotta pick and choose what you want. I mean, there's bands out there who I can't wait for their albums to come out. Like, I'm waiting months and months for that. But I know if I want to listen to Steely Dan, hey, I got it all. Awesome. The easiest thing about making music is finding the enjoyment. It's always present. It's not like I play music and I'm not happy. They go hand in hand. It's like birds flying in the air. Nobody teaches them how to fly. Nobody tells me to be happy when I'm playing music, but I know I'm happy when I'm playing music. I find that to be the easiest thing, to find my center, to find who I am. Within the day, too, because you keep progressing every single day. I mean, sure, you might take a little step back or you might like take a little step forward, but you always are doing something. Whether it be progressing or whether it be, you know, just like sitting on the sidelines and just letting your body catch up to your mind, because that's a huge thing. And I find the most difficult thing about making music is introducing new technique in. Like, the hardest thing is understanding that you need to take things so slow to the point where you can barely play it, you're going so slow, and you see everything moving, and then being able to step it up a notch, and then really step it up a notch, and then really go for it, and you understand where the mud is in your motor. That's hard. That's hard when you're practicing your rudiments. That's hard when you're practicing a beat. It's just, being the human that I am, I want to go extremely fast, because hey, I'm American. But sometimes I gotta tell myself to slow down a little bit.
Embrace the magic in the deep cool blue, because it's swimming with style and surrounding pelagical life with serenity. When avoiding tragedy, my family tapestry canopies moral actuality and soul hospitality for musicality. Unknown, never postpone the opportunity to learn. The kick turns through the point of no return on a skateboard made out of cardboard. Life is raving up on the hard, stay flexible, ethically respectable, and perfectly dimensional. Fiercely the gentleman.
Oh man, I play it all. Everything, it's more what influences me. I've been playing music for so long that I don't just think about like the beat that I'm playing. I think about the style and the collective mindset that I'm thinking that I want to play. So I'll play more Latin, or I'll play more swing, or I'll play more jazz. I like to take a collage of every style and just exchange what genre I think I should be playing in my head. I learned jazz here at COD. Well, learned jazz. Yeah, that's another story for another day. But I have an amazing project outside of school called plor, which is like a funk metal hip hop. Got every single element added into each other, and then there's a whole nother world where I just want to do samples, and I play the kalimba, the African thumb piano. There's a whole nother section too in my mind where I'm just jamming with my headphones, jamming to every single genre. When I'm behind the kit, I don't just jam to jazz. I don't just jam to funk. I don't just jam to alternative rock and roll. Gotta jam to everything. Like, I'll put on a Gorillaz track and be like, feel good. And then I'll put on a Mos Def track and be like, ah. Oh. And then maybe I'll put on a little Marvin Gaye and put a little coffee in the pot. I think the music industry is very promising because I think a lot of musicians out there make their money by playing festivals, and I think a lot of people out there like to party. And I think that festivals are a thing that aren't going anywhere. If you have the talent to perform, why not do it? Why not go for the thing you love? I agree that buying albums is not at where it used to be. I don't think you can sustainably make money off of that. But also, to record yourself is basically free. So why not put it on the web? That allows people to hear your sound, tell more people, and more people notice you. I think it's all about having the right attitude and the right performance skills. And for me, how I'm going to find that is by playing with my band, by getting out there, by playing in the suburbs, in Chicago, by going out and doing it, but also pursuing my dreams. By the time this interview is shown in class, I will have known if I got into Berkeley College of Music, because I find out this Sunday, which, yeah, there's no school over the weekend. So by the time this plays, I'll know what my position in life is. Weird. I would spit out, for any musicians out there, remember that it takes time. It takes a good amount of practice to get to where you're enjoying how you play and what your style is. You need to first understand who you are before you understand who you're going to become when you play music. What style are you trying to say? Don't try and be something you're not. Listen to who you are, because you're not going to lie to yourself. And when you find that special time when everything makes sense, it is magical, and it is one of the greatest feelings